Hello everybody and welcome on my YouTube channel. You are with Alandris and today we are on the test server to test probably what it will be the new VIP hero for January. I'm not sure because some players are telling it will be a second VIP hero in December. It's Werewolf. Werewolf is a frontliner like we can see there, frontline strength hero who can turn into a werewolf to attack enemies. It's also one beast, and if we are checking his statistic without training field, he has something around 70k HP, 1100 armor, 600 magical resistance. It's not bad. 1330 of critical scores, it's really interesting for a frontliner, and 6300 attack power, it's also a really good score for a frontliner. Let's check his skills right now. Ultimate skill of Werewolf, turn. Hanson turn into a wolf, increasing his attack damage, attack speed, and lifesteal ability. Increases 12,600 attack damage during the ultimate skill time. It's look really strong. Summon Wolf, the green skill. Summon two wolves to fight for Hanson. We have to see how much HP and how much damage they are doing before to judge. Third skill, the blue skill, Howl. So, Hanson howls and grants bonus damage to all allies, increase 1575 attack damage for the whole team, looks great in the physical team damage. And purple skill, Laceration, enemies damaged by Hanson ultimate skill will be reduced in armor value and get stun, increases 5250 damage, reduces armor by 315 and you will touch 100% when you are level 105. So, these skills looks nice, and if you are playing Dota 2, you already recognize Lycan. It's exactly the same skill that he has, and Lycan was really great on Dota 2 and is still a really great character. Let's now discover his position on the battlefield.
You shall not pass!
Werewolf is a frontliner. He has a pretty nice survivability statistics like we saw, and I forgot to add 1 point. In the training field you can add also HP, armor and magical resistance. But let's check his exact position. Oh, he's behind all strength hero. Okay, agility heroes are behind him, but others are in front. Okay. Oh, he's in front of Griffin and Duke. Interesting. In front of Commander also. Okay. Most of strength hero are in front of him, and like we can see, even Swan Master is in front of him. And to finish, okay, so he's pretty far behind. It's why not, but it looks strange for me because his survivability look like correct. So I will see first of all in 1 versus 1 how it's going on.
Round 1. Fight!
In 1 versus 1, I especially put my hero alone against these two heroes because I think he can survive, even if it's not big DPS in front of him. With his regeneration, it will be not a problem to survive. Okay, wolves are not bad, they have some HP, they are not hitting so hard, but it's additional DPS and it messes the organization of the enemy team, so it's not bad. He will be full soon. I want to see the ultimate, I'm really interesting. Okay, it's now 12,000 damage without critic hit, it's not bad. he did less on Chaplain, but it's normal. Chaplain has a 4 skill who reduce damage. Okay. His energy is not so fast, but it's not really a problem. He will do his ultimate, I think, one time during the fight, so why not? Okay, let's check the statistic. Oh, I'm surprised. I was thinking he was not so he was not hitting so hard, but finally 163,000 damage alone on the battlefield. It's not bad. Let's see how it's going on in real fight. First fight is a test damage, so we will see how much he can do. I will accelerate a little bit the fight. In this condition, yeah, it's fight with a lot of interruption. Heal, ultimate, it's a long ultimate, so we lose a lot of time, but we have already an idea about what he's able to do. I just want to see in detail the ultimate damage when he will jump. Ooh, 22,000 damage when he jump. Oh, it's not bad at all. His transformation, it's hard. This hero, I think it will be a mix between a support for a physical damage team and a hero who is able also to add some damage in the fight. Okay, so let's check. 215, it's not a killing machine for sure, but it's not ridiculous at all. So we will see in the against more correct team what it can be, but I'm still confident. Against Meta Turtle Fighter, we will see how he can do something. So for the moment it's a mess, according to a rabbit. My rabbit is dead. Opponent rabbit is dead, it will be little better. Knight on the floor. And my werewolf ultimated. Oh, 31,000. Not bad. 16,000, 16,000, and his regeneration, his lifesteal is really crazy. Oof, 36,000 on the clone. He will get another transformation now. Perfect. Oh la la, 30,000 on Chemist. It's really nice. Oh, I'm time out, but I want to see the result. 210,000 damage. It's decent for a character who is not a real pure damage dealer. It's really interesting. Let's see what we can have against other composition. For the third fight, I want to show you that it's possible to give the role of support for this hero. In this team, he will remove the armor of enemy, he will buff all the team with his hole, and he will also distract the team with his wolf. So it's really interesting. He will not be so high in damage, but he is crazy efficient in this team. All ultimates. Okay, will soon transform himself. Oof, 21,000. 40,000 damage. And on Puppet Master, okay, he has shield for the moment. Rolling. Oof, 38,000 damage on Puppet Master. It's more than enough. And final statistic of the fight, okay, he's behind, 67,000 damage, like I was thinking, but in fact, what he brings on this fight is just amazing, and you see that at the end, all my heroes are alive, and that the enemy team is all dead, even if they did more damage than me. So, let's see in the last situation how it can be. This last fight is showing perfectly how Werewolf is working. During all the beginning of the fight, it's a support. He's disturbing the enemy with Wolf, dealing some additional damage. He's boosting his ally with his hauling. He's removing the armor of the tank. So, more or less, it's a support. And he begins his ultimate, like you can see. And now, all is changing, because when he is in ultimate, he is dealing crazy damage, he is jumping behind, he will probably jump on, yes, on Sorceress, he will kill her. Okay, it's down. He regenerates, he get all his life with the lifesteal, deal crazy damage, and finally, he has enough energy to ultimate second times, and he will finish the fight. I'm curious to see the damage, but I think he is first. Yes, 255,000 damage. So, it's really interesting to understand how this hero is working, because it's not classical. It's a little bit like Chemist. I will explain it better, beginning by the strengths and weaknesses. Werewolf is a really interesting hero for three main reasons. First reason, in my opinion, it's his skills. At the beginning of the fight, he is a support. He helps with summoning Wolf, disturbing the enemy, absorbing some damage, dealing some damages. He's buffing the allies with Hole. He adds some damage if you have a physical team, and he is removing the armor for his target, so most of the time it's the tank, but imagine when you are with Evil Rabbit with grab, he will put one hit, remove the armor, and behind you will have all your DPS who will cut this enemy into parts. So it's a really nice support, and you can compare him as Chemist, because Chemist is the same, but Chemist at the beginning of the fight is controlling the enemy. Werewolf is helping his allies. So it's little different, but it's the same mechanic of heroes. Second point is survivability. Survivability is really nice. We saw at the beginning his statistic, but finally he can hold a correct amount of damage, and when he will begin to ultimate, he will recover his HP with his lifesteal. And finally, his survivability, his global survivability is really nice. And last point, his last skill, his ultimate skill, turn, it's make him a real beast. And he is able, when he gets his ultimate, to kill one enemy alone, to assist by damage, and when he jump, it's splash damage. So sometimes he's jumping and deal 30,000 in area with his jump. It's really nice, and it's make him a hero who has two different phases. It's not like a sorceress will be damage dealer all the time, or a dwarf warrior who will be nearly all the time a tank. If we remove his ultimate, he deal a little amount of damage. But this three strengths for this hero make him unique and really interesting. Let's now discover his weaknesses. Only one point that I see like a weakness for this hero, it's the necessary time that you need to have to be efficient. Because if you want to burst the enemy, it's definitively not the hero that you will choose. Okay, he's helping at the beginning of the fight, you already saw. He can buff your allies, he can summon Wolf, he can remove the armor of the tank, so it's not useless, it's sure, but it's not one hero that you will use, for example, in Vanguard Warrior team where you need a lot of damage. let's discover now my final advice about this hero. Actually, if this hero don't get some crazy modification, I don't know by which miracle, but we already saw it a lot of times, so if he stay like he is, actually is really interesting, and he's interesting for an important point. Actually, he's unique in the game. You will tell me all heroes are unique? No, I'm not agree. Actually, in the game, you have damage dealer, more or less, you have tank, more or less, you have support, more or less. But heroes who are able to support at the beginning of the fight and to transform themselves in damage dealer at the end of the fight, actually in the game, you have only one hero who is like that, and this hero, it's Chemist. Chemist, who is definitively one hero who will control at the beginning of the fight and finally deal damage. For this hero, it's a little different because he will assist at the beginning of the fight with buff, with distraction, with removing armor on the tank, and when he will get transformed, he will deal crazy damage and will be a real damage dealer. And also important point, when he begins to transform himself, the duration of the ultimate is really long, and most of the time, if he succeeds to kill one hero, he will be able to ultimate a second time directly after his first transformation. So it's a real plus, and I really advise you to invest on him. I don't know where he will be, like I told in the introduction. I think it's the January VIP hero, but I'm not sure 100%. Thank you everybody for watching this review. I get a really good news today. After ton of complaints for Yukul support, they finally updated heroes on the test server. So I have a good version of Serpent Warlock, and I will be able to do his second review because, like you know, this hero has been totally transformed because on the test server at the beginning he was with 30,000 HP. To speak only about HP, and now he's around 50,000 HP, so it's nearly 2 times the amount of HP. It's really a lot. Also, the video about the red boss of chapter 17, 18 and 19 is nearly over, so it's coming soon. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter if you don't want to miss nothing about my actuality. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel if you don't want to miss any video. And if you want to support my work, you can click on the last link on your screen. Thank you guys. Bye bye.